I'm James at Bespoke Airsoft and welcome back to another episode of Bringing It Home. In this one we're looking at a product from Armor Works, which is the Deadpool 1911. So Armor Works bringing you another 1911 product here. It is very similar to all their other 1911s that they do at the moment, but this one has a little bit more suave to it, and if you're a Marvel fan you're going to absolutely love this. So what we have here is the Deadpool Armor Works 1911, as you can see here, and the aesthetics kind of speak for themselves. Obviously they're not going to call it what it is because of certain issues with, you know, IP and stuff in terms of the Deadpool franchise, but it is a very cool pistol from Armor Works. It's got like a weathered design. So of course Deadpool does not use a 1911 in the movies and in the comic books as far as I'm aware. I'm not a massive comic book fan, correct me if I'm wrong. And you might be saying why they've done this with the 1911. It's more of like paying respect to Deadpool and sort of giving it more of like a Deadpool theme in terms of something that's screen accurate to what he actually uses. And they've got this lovely sort of grey and dark, light grey and dark grey weathered design on here with some red accents which work really, really well, and some Deadpool grips which when I was running 1911s I would love to have because I'm a Deadpool fan, and let's face it, with the recent movies, Ryan Reynolds pulls off that character just so well, and you'll see some sort of Deadpoolish quotes. I don't know if he says this in the movies, but reading it, you know, as soon as you read what's on the slide here, you know it's from Deadpool. And you've got maximum effort written down the left hand side, and then on the front side you've got front towards bad guys with an arrow pointing to the front, which is quite funny. So if you're in the market for a 1911 from the likes of Armor Works, now Armor Works is an offshoot of WE, so you will find some similarities, and the way these things are sort of internal wise and dimensionally, it's very similar to what WE 1911 is. However, if you're a Deadpool fan and you want something to sort of like spice up your loadout, this is perfect, and running these dual wheel I can imagine would be absolutely ridiculous. What you've got to remember with WE and Armor Works 1911s is they're single stack magazines and they're not the most gas efficient. The great thing about these Armor Works 1911s are they've got the cutouts on the magwell here, so you can use CO2 magazines, which I highly recommend. So you've got, I think it's about 14-15 rounds in a magazine with the gas bags, and you'll see all the same sort of features on this that you would any Armor Works 1911, apart from of course the aesthetics which pay homage to Deadpool. You've got the red nozzle there, which shows you it's for an Armor Works pistol by all means. It's nice that it kind of fits in with the theme, even though all Armor Works pistols have that red nozzle design. All the controls can be found in the same place as their other models: grip safety, hammer, trigger, mag release, slide release, and the safety of course as well. Grip safety only allowing you to fire when you've got a firm grip on the pistol to pull the trigger, and then of course the manual safety which you can use to lock the trigger as well. You've got 45 ACP stamped on the outer barrel, and this does strip down very much like the normal 1911 series as well. Take out the slide release, it enables you to strip down the pistol. 1911s have always been a very satisfying pistol to use, just because normally they're made out of like a full metal design, the only thing being plastic being the grips here. And as far as I'm aware, most of these Airsoft 1911s you can get away with using real steel 1911 grips. Some minor modification might be needed, so I would highly recommend using CO2 mags, this especially in colder weather. But we'll get this under the top-down camera and we'll show you these little features a bit more in detail. So here we have the Armor Works Deadpool 1911. As you can see, it looks very cool. Nice colour combination we've got going on here, and I like how they've painted sections of the slide red, and then it's sort of where the slide is more prominent, it's grey as well. Very nice addition. The Deadpool grips feel nice and comfy for 1911s are not the most comfy pistols out there, but it's nice that they've done this and put it on the pistol as well. Of course, you can see quotes from the character itself, maximum effort there, and then very funnily front towards bad guys with an arrow that way. Very reminiscent of the character that is Deadpool. This is very similar to their other Armor Works 1911s. These come as a base. They are the same platform as the WE 1911, so it's a single stack magazine. Armor Works being an offshoot of WE, but what you tend to find is a bit of an increase in quality and other things like that. So you got your single stack 15 round magazine, which is the same as the others there. You've still got the nice weathered effect on that there to match the pistol. As you can see, it's a full metal pistol. Everything's metal on this apart from the grips, of course. Sounds nice and crisp when you release the slide. And again, performance wise and gas efficiency wise, everything that you'll find on other 1911s from Armor Works and WE, it will perform exactly the same. They have done the cutouts on the frame here, so you can use CO2 mags with this, as well as it being with the red nozzle from Armor Works, CO2 ready. We'll pull the slide off just so you can see that inside it's very much the same as their other models. Nice that the nozzle and such, even though this is sort of found on all Armor Works pistols, that it kind of goes in with the theme of it being Deadpool in the Deadpool red. So let's put that back on there. So if you're a Marvel fan and you love Deadpool, this is probably going to be perfect. Although he doesn't use 1911s in the movies, he uses Desert Eagles. We may see a Deadpool Desert Eagle, you don't know. It'll be very cool to dual wield these on the field, and it's got that sort of Deadpool-esque sort of design throughout. So if you're a Marvel fan, great. And if you're thinking about a 1911 and you love Deadpool, this is a perfect product for you. Their 1911 single stack are not the best performing pistols on the gas magazines, especially in cold weather. So if you're going to run these things in cold weather, it might be worth picking up the Armor Works CO2 magazines and then perhaps switching out to the gas magazines in the warmer weather and in CQB in case certain fields don't allow it. But the perfect thing with Armor Works pistols is they have adaptability to use gas and CO2. Like I said, they've put the cutouts there in the magazine to fit the width of a CO2 capsule going in there. Magazine release, slide release, sorry, is exactly where you expect to find it. Magazine release is exactly where you expect to find it there. You've got the safety lever, which can only be used when the gun is cocked, and then you've got a grip safety as well, which will stop the pistol from firing unless you've got your hand firmly on the grip there. So let's go shove this through the chrono and we'll do a quick accuracy test, and then we'll wrap up about this Deadpool 1911. Much better. So you'll see there from the chrono results, and this happens in all WE and Armor Works 1911 pistols that I've came into contact with. A brand new pistol out the box, shove gas in it for the first time, and you'll only get about 3 or 4 shots out of it. And this happens every single time, and I think it's basically what you need to do is gas it up, fire it a few times, and then gas it up again. And what this does is purge the magazine of any air or anything like that. And what you'll see is as soon as I did that and put some more gas into it, it fired all the rest perfectly fine. And then in the accuracy test, you'll see that, again, like the other pistols that we've reviewed in this series, I'm putting 10 rounds of 0.2 gram BBs in the box, nothing heavier, making sure the magazine is gassed, putting it in the magazine, racking the slide, and just firing 10 shots at a target at 10 meters, and you'll see the results. Of course, you will get better results if you're using heavier ammo, if you're setting the hop, if you're putting, you know, internal upgrades in this thing. But it's a great pistol if you love Deadpool. Like I said, if you're going to skirmish this, I would highly recommend getting some CO2 mags, because the gas mags aren't the most efficient, as you'll have seen from the chrono results. I hope you've enjoyed this new pistol from Armor Works, and we'll see you in the next video. So if you like this, you can find it on our website, bespokeairsoft.co.uk. If you have liked the video, please give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you've enjoyed it, and it spurs me on to make even more videos. And oh, Thomas is back. Oh. You want to say bye? You want to say bye? So it's a bye from me, it's a bye from Thomas, and we'll see you in the next video.
I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire.
Do you guys remember Thomas? Even years? You gonna steal the show? You gonna steal the show? Do you like this one? You're a Deadpool fan? Hmm? Oh, he's being fussy. Come on. Get your balls out of here. Get your hairy balls out of here. Come on. Look how big you've got. Come on.